What first intrigues people who study the Great Pyramid are its measurements. Also striking are its sheer size, exactness of orientation, and the level of craftsmanship and knowledge of mathematics revealed in its construction. Clearly, this is no ordinary structure. The base of the Great Pyramid covers an area of over 13 acres. It is composed of over 2.3 million limestone and granite blocks. Some weigh as much as 100,000 pounds and were transported to the site from as far away as 500 miles. The Great Pyramid is 449 feet tall and remained the tallest building in the world until the 13th century AD, when the spire of Lincoln Cathedral in England eclipsed it. Even so, the Great Pyramid is over half the height of the Empire State Building and remains 5,000 years later the heaviest structure on earth. The base of the Great Pyramid deviates from being perfectly level around its entire circumference by less than 7/8 of an inch. The sides of the pyramid are aligned to within 3 minutes of an arc, 1/20 of a degree, to the true cardinal directions north, south, east, and west. Some speculate that it was originally aligned exactly to the cardinal directions, but is now slightly less so because of seismic shifts in the Earth's crust. The circumference of the Great Pyramid in relation to its height gives a ratio of 22/7 the value of pi. One can also calculate the value of phi, 1.618, better known as the golden ratio, from the dimensions of the pyramid. It is almost certain that the dimensions of the Great Pyramid were deliberately chosen to express these timeless ratios. The exterior of the Great Pyramid today appears to be step-like from base to apex. However, the Great Pyramid was originally cased in limestone, which filled in the steps and created a perfectly flat contour. The joints between the limestone facing blocks, a few still remain, line up to within 2 inches. The line between blocks is barely perceptible. There is evidence that the granite and limestone casing stones were polished to a shine. The pyramids of Giza all shared this style of facing. Gleaming in the desert sun, they would have been visible for miles. Amazing measurements are also found in the interior of the Great Pyramid, notably in the descending passage, which extends from the exterior wall of the pyramid to a rough-hewn chamber in the bedrock below. The constructed part of the passage deviates from being perfectly straight by only 1/50 of an inch over 150 feet. The entire length of the passage, including the lower stretch that is carved out of bedrock, deviates by only 1/4 of an inch over 350 feet. After carefully studying the Great Pyramid with the eye of a professional machinist, the modern craft that is able to produce objects with the highest degree of accuracy and precision known today, Christopher Dunn, author of the Giza power plant, concluded, "The bald fact is that the Great Pyramid, by any standard, old or new, is the largest and most accurately constructed building in the world. One, the Great Pyramid, given its size and the inherent limits of physical materials, would have been a nearly perfect form when first completed. Mathematically, materially, and aesthetically, nothing like it has been built in the 5 millennia since its construction. Perhaps our ascending Dwapara Yuga culture will eventually build something matching its pure and exquisite form, but it hasn't done so yet.